Breaking news. Nathaniel Bo Didley James from Miami, Florida, a suspected original member of the infamous Miami Boys drug organization, was arrested in Nassau County, Florida. Nathaniel James is accused of delivering cocaine and fentanyl to Jacksonville, Florida, after he just served over 3 decades in federal prison. Watch this video all the way out, because you won't even believe what is going on out here. It's not just our elders that I'm talking to, you know what I mean? They're the youngins. It's like the elders need talking to too. He got caught up with fentanyl and cocaine in just over 3 decades. And he's 69 years old, so if he even cop out to 20, he's supposed to be 90 when he get out. 89 years old. What are you thinking, Bo Didley? Yo, subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Juanita Mecca Audio. Juanita Mecca Audio, unique Mecca Audio prison story. Subscribe, and Mecca Audio TV. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like bell. Let's get it going. Then we're going to get back into Bo Didley. We already know it's a breaking news. We know it's a breaking news. All right, now I'm going to show you who Bo Didley is. This is Bo Didley. He just served over 3 decades in federal prison, and now he's arrested. And, you know, I had the pleasure of doing time with him, right? So, Slip and Slide is getting ready to do a documentary. I'm going to plug them on Bo Didley, dropping in about 2 weeks. Big shout out to Slip and Slide. Relax, y'all. Relax. Let me get back to Bo Didley. Now, Slip and Slide getting ready to drop a joint, right? They should have got in touch with me, but obviously they know who I am, because they already know I got the gangster channel, so they keep me at the little corner on YouTube for those that really want to know. Now, Bo Didley, right? I was locked up with him in Coleman from like 2015 to 2018 when I got shipped out to Victorville. We're going to speak on all that, but let me tell you about what Bo Didley was just arrested for. Now, like I said, you know, Nassau County, Florida, the Nassau County Sheriff's Office said it arrested a man who is allegedly associated with the original drug trafficking organization known as the Miami Boys on drug charges, after he just served over 3 decades. The sheriff's office said it arrested Nathaniel James on an out-of-county warrant for Duval County on Sunday, right? Now, James, also known as Bo Didley and Bo Didley. I know him as Bo Didley, but he also went by the alias of Bo Didley with 2 L's instead of 2 D's. Funny dude. Now, I was locked up with, let me take you on a ride. Bo Didley is a straight gambler. Straight gambler, that's all he do, that's all he like to do. Now, I'm with Bo Didley over in Coleman. We go to the yard. On the way to the yard, he tell me, yo, let me get 100 books real quick. I'm gonna give you back 200 books. You know what I mean? Tomorrow when I catch my man, right? It's evening time. We getting ready to go out there, right? So it's after dinner, about 5:36 in the evening. We going out to the rec yard. They got a patio, you know, with a thing and TVs under it. All the gamblers under there watching the ESPN and the sports games. And then you got the poker tables out there on the picnic table. This is how the yard's set up. See, I'm taking you in the yard right now. And then over there, they got the tennis court, because we're in the FCI. Oh, nice old FCI. It took me 22 years to get there, but I got there. So now they got the tennis court over there, and then they got the track you run around over there, the baseball field, and, you know, so on. And could you believe that they actually had trees on the compound at Coleman, Florida? I went to jail December 10th, 1993, and I haven't physically touched a tree from December 10th, 1993, all the way until about August 2015. First time I touched a tree or a leaf, I can't tell you what it felt like under my fingertips because y'all take it for granted, right? Y'all don't even understand how important that was to me. To be able to take a leaf and smell it, to feel the breeze blowing off a leaf, going through my nostrils, through my lungs, when all I've smelt for 22 years was farts. Farts. You're celly farting. You're in the day room, day farting. You go to the laundry room, day farting. You go to the law library, day farting. You cramming 30, 40 men in a room, someone is always farting. So to smell a leaf, I know, yo, it's funny to me now, right? Because I've been over 5 years, right? But you can't imagine how good it smelled. Oh, sure, I'm saying, no pun intended. You can't imagine how good it felt to smell a leaf instead of a effing fart. Hey, yo, that's why I ain't gonna front, right? I love Dame Dash, right? Me and Dame Dash try to do something that with a documentary, and Dame Dash tells me that I'm traumatized. Y'all, he believes I'm traumatized. Do y'all out there watching this think that I'm traumatized? I know I'm traumatized to a little degree. I mean, we all traumatized a little bit. But I mean, he's saying like, like we got an old saying back in the day for, where we say dude is burnt. You know what I mean? When you say he's burnt, meaning, oh, he's scorched, that means there's no coming back. All his brain cells are just fried. But Dame Dash looks at me and talks to me like he really think that I'm burnt. I mean, I am burnt, but I understand that I'm burnt. It's the same thing like when you go to AA and they tell you, you know what I mean? You first got to admit that you're an alcoholic. You know what I mean? You got to admit you're a drug addict before you could, ever, fix yourself. So it's the same thing. I can admit that, I'm a little burnt. But Dave thinks I'm scorched. A lot of people think I'm scorched. Do y'all think I'm scorched? I mean, I'm just having fun here. But let me get back to, Bo Didley, because we ride. Now, this is how I like to do my joint. And I'm going to tell you about something, right? I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. But first, we're going to get back to Bo Didley because I don't want to, take too much time from him. So, James, also known as Bo Didley and Bo Didley, has links to the notorious group which first emerged in the 1980s and operated throughout Florida and Georgia and played a significant role in illicit drug distribution, according to investigators. So now we're talking about the Miami boys. Now, I'm going to keep it 100. I was in Miami during this time. I had a house down there on 151st and, Fifth Avenue, over in that area somewhere, right? So I did my little thing over there, right? And not hustling, that's where I lived at. And right around the corner on 119, was Big Daddy's. Y'all remember Big Daddy's? And then up the street, you know what I mean? Then they had the Rolex over there right by Miami-Dade. Or you could go over toward the left, toward the east side and go, to Luke's joint where he used to have the Pac Jam. It's over that way. They had Strawberries, too. I remember my first time going to Strawberries. See, I'm riding in Miami right now. This is in the 80s. I was in Miami with my own house, swimming pool, jacuzzi, screen mesh around the pool, weight room in the joint, 2-car garage. This is how I'm living in the 80s in Miami while I'm hustling in New York. Miami was my playtown. But then I'm hustling in New York, D.C., Virginia. I'm doing my thing, right? That's what I went down for. That's why none of this is to brag. It's just to let you know that it wasn't worth it. All this fun that I'm sitting here that we had, when I had to sit down for 26 years, man. 26 years I sat down and had time to think about all of that. And I ain't gonna front, that carried me through the 26 years because I had a god doggone ball. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, it wasn't worth it because that was a hard, lonely, depression-filled 26 years where I had to talk to myself many a nights to tell myself, tighten up, soldier. You know what you signed up for when you broke these people's law. What are you doing? Now that they got you, you want to whine, cry, talk about you got depression. Get your ass out the bed and do some push-ups. And I'm talking to my older self like, but it's 2 in the morning. Well, get down and give me a rock art. Do something. Get out your bed, soldier. And I got up like a loyal soldier. And that's how I militarized myself, that I could come out here and know that they done took all these millions from me and everything that I had. And I could do a YouTube ask for Cash App the same way CBS, PBS, NBC, ABC, they all have their fundraisers for their channel. But when a black man come up here, it's another black man's job to eat up a black man that's trying to do the right thing. It just don't work that way. But I condition myself for the ride. So now, James, like I said, we already know he's known as, Bo Didley and Bo Didley, right? James arrests them from an investigation initiated by the Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, in October 2023. That's when they got hip to him, right? The investigation established probable cause, according to investigators, that James was involved in trafficking fentanyl and cocaine, right? Now, and that's what got me with Bo Didley, right? When we was in the joint, Bo wasn't into none of that. Bo wasn't into no drug selling. All Bo did was play poker. For the whole 4 or 5 years I was with Bo, every single day, Bo played poker. He won big, he lost big. He was a gambler. That's what I know him from in the penitentiary. So then I heard he came home and he went to the casino and hit $4 million. But then I heard that he went back and then lost it all back. But that's Bo Didley. But like I said, I go to the yard, and on the way to the yard, right? Like I said, I done described the yard to you because I'm riding all over the place. So when I go to the yard now, while we sitting there playing, right before we go, everybody's lined up about to go back, and they got this big dirt area. The grass don't grow because men just stand on it all day, every move, waiting on the gate to open so we could walk back to, our secured units. But there was this dude that got butt naked and just started rolling around in the dirt. You know what I mean? It's like 7:30 in the evening. They got all these nice trees out there, the wind blowing off the trees, the breeze feel good on your chest, you got your shirt off, you just worked out, you got a nice sweat, and there's a dude butt naked rolling around on the dirt. Then he starts humping the dirt, and the police, so everybody know the move is going to take a little longer, so Bo Didley back there, he's still playing, and he's sitting out there nice and calm when everybody else is rushing. Bo Didley's still back there reading the cards, and then sure enough, when they call the move, Bo Didley come up and he hands me a newspaper with 200 books to my 100 books that I just gave him on the way to the yard, that he was going to give me the 200 books tomorrow, but he won it on the poker game in the yard. That's how big Bo wins. And then go back the next day and lose it and come back, say, Unique, let me get them 100 books again. And I'm like, yo, dog, we just won 100 books. He said, yeah, well, I lost that and I'm already 200 in the hole and I got to put 100 up to get in the game. I'm like, oh, man. So you give it to Bo. That was Bo's thing. Bo was a straight gambler. So to hear that Bo was caught up in allegedly fentanyl, but we already know that Bo was a drug dealer back in the day, never taking it from what he's a drug dealer, but the same way I evolved into YouTube, I thought that Bo was evolving into being a professional gambler, So to hear that he was caught up for selling drugs back then is like kind of crazy. So check it out, right? According to authorities, the investigation began after James was accused of selling narcotics to a confidential source in Duval County. It's always a rat bastard. You know what I mean? Do you think that might have been a third-party corporation like Big Meats and Tammy? Confidential informant? Third-party corporation? I'm just saying, right? So now, James has an extensive criminal history, including a 1991 arrest for conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute crack cocaine. That's what he went down for from 1991. In December 1991, he received a life sentence, which was later reduced to 408 months, which is like 40 years. You see how they make it sound real nice? 480 months, 408 months. Now you only got 408 months, and then you start adding it up with your fingers, then you realize you need your toes, and you're like, whoa, that's 40 years. By the time you realize that, you're already locked in the cell, ready to get hit in the head if you act up. You know what I mean? So now he had 408 months in May of 2019. He was released. You know, that's where he got it released to the 40 to whatever it was, and then he got out in 2019, and he had 60 months of what they call supervised release. That's what they call probation in the state. So you understand. Investigators reported that in October 2023, they received intelligence indicating James was traveling between Florida and Georgia, delivering cocaine and fentanyl to Jacksonville. A warrant for his arrest was issued way back in November 15th, 2024. So he's been a fugitive for the last 6 months. So, you know, let me tell you about the Miami boys, right? Like I said, we had Big Trav, right? Big Trav was, you know, that's the Miami boy I know. You know, not to disrespect Bo, because, you know, these rat bastards look for anything. When I hear the Miami boys, I think about Big Trav. Big Trav took a bunch of school buses up there from Miami all the way up to, you know, Georgia, and dumped them out in the projects. They went in there, they shot up everything, beat up everything, fought with everything. It was fair fight on both sides. Atlanta wasn't soft. They both fought back. It was a war, you know. And then the Miami boys started breeding Atlanta girls, and the war just kept going on and on and on. And Trav got a bag of money, and then the Miami boys, with all the violence, wound up bringing in the feds, and that's how they went down. And that's the Miami boys I know with Big Trav. Round of applause to Big Trav for bringing the busloads up to Atlanta, making history. All right, relax. Relax, man. I know y'all don't like me say that because, you know, yeah, he poisoned the community. We understand that. From what we knew then, we worked with what we had to do the best we could. And right now, I'm working with trying to save your youth, and Trav is trying to work with save your youth. That's what we did in our youth so we could understand your youth today. So don't judge us, because we may be your last chance to reach your youth so they don't wind up like the man that's on this side of the screen. You know what I mean? Come on. Bo Didley is 69 years old. If he cops out to 20 years, he'd be 89, 90 years old when he get out of prison. That means his whole life is ruined. Spent over 30 years in prison and then spent another 20. That's 50 years in prison, man. Black man ain't living no 100 years. So if you live to be 90, you good. So right now, Bo Didley's looking at death sentence. So we know what we're going to do. We're going to have the countdown. Do y'all think Bo Didley going to stand strong? Or you think Bo Didley going to fold under this pressure that he put himself in 2025? What do y'all think Bo Didley's going to do? We're going to do a countdown to see what Bo Didley's going to do. So be on the lookout. This is how we do the countdown. And, you know, I know Bo Didley. If Bo Didley wasn't in this situation, the bet wasn't on him. Or maybe, you know, Bo Didley the type would say, "Nah, bet on me that I won't fold." But if it was somebody else, I know Bo Didley would jump out there and say, "Man, I bet you he going to fold. Bet 100,000 he fold." Because I know how Bo Didley move. The dude that did the legal case, because we ride. I gotta give him a plug, right? I gotta give the dude that did Bo Didley legal case a plug. His name is Wee Wee, right? He's from down here in Central Florida. I forgot exactly where. I think Tampa. Wee Wee from Tampa. Name is Wee Wee. When I first met the dude, he said his name was Wee Wee. First of all, I meet a dude named Bo Didley. Bo Didley? And then now I meet a dude named, you know, Wee Wee. You know? And then Wee Wee had another friend that he introduced me to. His name was Doodoo. And I'm like, "Yo, dog, we in prison. What's up with all these you know, these names? Doodoo, Wee Wee, Bo Didley." You understand what I'm saying? They name had a dude named Snakebite. How do you name another man Snakebite? Hey, yo, how do you name a man Snakebite? So I asked, you know, Doodoo, you know, why do your friends call you Doodoo? He said, "Nah, my mother used to call me that because I used to doodoo all the time." I said, "So you couldn't beat up your friends along the way to stop them from calling you doodoo because they was at your house?" He's like, "No, they was at the house. They heard my mother call me." And I said, "Well, if you wanted them to stop, you should have just whooped them." You know what I mean? And he's like, nah, well, just kind of stuck in. But we good people. We the one, he does legal work. He helped me with my case a lot, right? And Beanie, from Atlanta. But he originally from New Orleans, but he in Atlanta. He drive trucks now. I think Beanie, we helped with my case, our man. You know what I mean? A few brothers that actually helped with my case, good brothers, man. But We's the one that got Bo Didley out. And he got Bo Didley like $400 and something thousand cash back when he won Bo Diddley's case. So Bo Didley went home with a little bag to gamble with and was doing his thing. He must have ran in a gambling debt is all I could think of that'll make him want to cross back into that path to pay the gambling debt. Because other than that, I ain't got Bo Didley doing that. And Bo Didley was like me. I'm going to keep it 100. Bo Didley couldn't read or write when he went to prison. I couldn't read or write when I went in. We were just dude that learned how to read a triple beam scale before we learned our ABCs. That's Bo Didley. That's why I could understand Bo Didley. Because we didn't go through the schooling to, when we pick up a pen or, somebody say read something and we look at them like they stupid. And they say, man, go ahead and read it. You looking at them like they stupid and say, man, come on. And you just don't want to tell them, nigga, I ain't read. But then when they look at you and they realize that they can look in your eyes and tell that if they say something that you might go in their mouth, so they play it off, say, oh, okay, my bad. And then they just go ahead and read it. But they don't say, oh, you can't read, because those is our sensitive spots when people figure out, our weaknesses, like we can't read. Now we're going to fight for that. Because now you know my weakness. Now you know my kryptonite. I had this morning, let's ride. Like I was telling you about the girl that I really liked one time, right? I was up in Mount Vernon fucking with this girl. I done put in a couple of videos, so I'm going to go real fast. I met this girl in the green and white twin turbo. I had a little Liz Claiborne joint out with the pink shirt with a little button-down collar and the light blue shorts and a pair of Fila Crest. And I'm driving up there towards Yonkers Westway. She live up on Mount Vernon. So I'm taking the Major Deacon up there and I'm going to a house and, she tell me to get off at Summit Avenue. I passed it and I kept going and I called, I said, where you at? I'm calling from the cell phone. She said, well, I'm on Summit Avenue. So I turned around and come. I said, man, where you at? She said, I'm on Summit Avenue. I turned around and go back up the block again. And she said, where you at? And I said, I'm by the bed place. She said, all right, well, turn around and come back when you see the ShopRite or the Food Town. Then you get off right there at that exit. So I whoop up and now I see the Food Town. I get off the exit. I pull up to a block. When I pull up to a block, she come out, she get in the car. And I got an attitude from driving up and down the highway. She got an attitude from me talking to her like crap up and down the highway. So then I turn around and I tell her straight up, we drive to the corner. So we drive to the corner. She points up at the sign and she said, don't you see that? I said, what? She said, that sign. It says Summit Avenue. What, you can't read? My whole world dropped. But she was saying it being sarcastic. She didn't realize how, she found my kryptonite. And me and her was real cool. We had arguments like that all the time and moved past it, because that's what you do. But this one here, I stopped messing with her. And that was back in like 89. And then when I seen it in Club 2000, like 2000, like 1992, when I seen her in Club 2000 here, because she go walking up in the joint and she see me, and now she knows my kryptonite. When I gave her friends a hug and I gave her love, because I knew her from back then too. So I gives her love, and when I go give her a little hug, she whispered in my ear, I won't tell anyone. She let me know she won't tell anyone my secret, because she know that was the reason why I stayed away from her. But like I said, let's go back to, Bo Didley, right? So investigators reported that in October 2023, they received intelligence indicating James was traveling between Florida and Georgia, delivering cocaine and fentanyl to Jacksonville. A warrant was issued for arrest on, like I said, November 15, 2024. On Sunday, that just passed, a Nassau County deputy located and arrested James during the traffic stop on U.S. Highway 1 and Callahan. This arrest represents a significant blow to the drug trafficking organizations in our region, said Nassau County Sheriff Bill Leeper. Stop it, 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 stop it. Mr. Bill Leeper, Bo got caught with a key or two. Bo wiped his ass with a key. That's nothing compared to what he went to jail for the first time. And you making it like this 2 keys or whatever he was allegedly arrested with was so big that by getting big bad Bo Didley off the street, now you don't have to worry about a drug problem up there in Nassau County because we got a 2-key sailor off the street. Stop it. Don't try and fool the people. That's nothing. We wipe our ass with that, man. All right, let me tell you a ride. We're going to take you on a ride. All right, we're going to take you on a ride. We're already at 25 minutes, but we're going to take you on a ride right now, right? So while we take you on this ride, I'm going to take you over there to West Side Highway. We used to have the Toyotas and the Nissans, right? The little cars. So while we got these little Nissans, we used to put rocket fuel in it. They call it nitrous. So we used to put the nitrous in the joint. And from us putting the nitrous in the engine, we'll race them up and down the highway. So while we racing them up and down the highway, we'll bet on the cars. So a dude might tell you, yo, I bet you 2 keys that my car beats your car. You know, and another person might be like, I bet you 2 keys saying his car beats your car. And instead of betting for cash, we betting for keys of cocaine on which car win. I've seen dude bet 10 keys. Yo, I bet 10 keys that he beat him up, for the first quarter mile. But the whole race is a mile. Now, I got 10 keys say he going to be in the front in the quarter mile because his car fast on the takeoff. And that's how we used to bet with keys. You know what I mean? Just like in prison because we riding. Just like Bo Didley used to play poker on the yard with books of stamps instead of cash. We gambled on the race cars with the nitrous in them for kilos. Bo Didley played poker in prison for stamps as currency. You see where we at? This how you get Jews over here at the Mecca, right? But, that's what was going on with that. So now we already know that they got him. So this arrest represents a significant blow to drug trafficking operations in our region, right? Said Sheriff Bill Leeper again. The dedication of our deputies and their collaboration with our federal partners demonstrate our commitment to getting dangerous drugs off the streets and holding repeat offenders accountable. Now let me tell you how they looking at Mr. Bo Didley as a repeat offender. They kept coming out of jail, just came over for 30 years, so now Donald Trump is trying to put something into place that they're going to send drug dealers that was dealing with fentanyl. If they don't kill them, because they're talking about executing drug dealers, and if they dealing with fentanyl, they're talking about sending them out to El Salvador, to that new prison Sacat, where you don't get no visits, no phone calls, no contact with the outside world. If you sentenced to 20 years, you stay there for 20 years, and nobody can contact you. Not like America where you get visits and phone calls and all of that. They taking it to the extreme, and they're talking about sending people over there that got fentanyl. So there's 2 people that's prime on the candidate for what's going on so far, and 3 because they talking about also doing that to gang members. So now you got Little Dirk that they're going to want to send to Sacat. Then you got Bo Didley they're going to want to send to Sacat. Then you got, Big U they're going to want to send to Sacat. So if this don't tell y'all to fall back and chill out, I don't know what will, man. Look at Big Bo Didley on the screen, man. This a man, like I said, I know him from the yard. He used to come buy 100 books like it was nothing and give it back like it was nothing. Had a heart of gold, you know what I mean? But, I heard some things about him that wasn't right, but I'm not even going to get into that. But right now, we're going to see if he's right on this. So we're going to have a countdown if Bo Didley tells. We're going to have a countdown if Bo Didley stand firm. Put it in the comments if you think Bo Didley going to stand firm. He's 69 years old. If he cop out to 20 years, he'll be 89 years old when he get out of jail. Do you think that he'll do 89 years in prison, or do you think he'll tell after doing 30 years plus in prison? Put it in the comments. Let's see where we at. Subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Juanita Mecca Audio, Juanita. Mecca Audio, unique Mecca Audio prison story. Mecca Audio TV, hit the notification bell, the like, the plus, get the merchandise, cop the book Aurora in Harlem. Make sure you cop the book Aurora in Harlem. Alright?
Cheers. cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. What?
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a...
Alright, let's go. Alright, breaking news, right? Breaking news. I'm gonna give you this breaking news, right? YouTube put me on to a button that they got. They may have had it for a minute, right? They got a button on YouTube that when the rat bastards and flip-flop wearing and public trolls come to the page, it's called Hide a Bastard button. YouTube came up with a Hide a Bastard button. Some of those rat bastards come up, you just hit Hide a Bastard, you still get scored for their subscription, but they can't view your content. That's the Hide a Bastard button. Alright?
Cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours, so we can get back to the...
Cheers, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.